Congratulations, pilot, on a successful journey into null security space. Your exploration has been commendable thus far, with some loot to show for it as well. Pilot, we seem to have encountered an unexpected anomaly. Our warp trajectory to the Stargate has been disrupted. Analyzing. I failed to anticipate this outcome. My apologies, pilot. It's becoming clear now. The culprit was a warp disruption bubble, and the particular one we encountered is known as a drag bubble. It appears there was a smart bombing battleship present as well. Let us turn this unfortunate event into a learning opportunity. Warp disruption bubbles are anchored objects that generate a field that prevents ships within its area of effect from activating their warp drive. And any ships arriving within 500 kilometers of its vicinity, on a vector that would theoretically cross its field, will find themselves pulled into its uncaring grasp as well. This means that if you are inside of a warp disruption bubble, you will be unable to activate your warp drive until after you leave the bubble's area of effect. This also means that if you are in warp to a destination, and there is an active bubble at the time you initiated your warp drive, if that bubble is within 500 kilometers of your destination, and is in line with your warp path, you will be drawn into the bubble's edge. Anchored bubbles are very commonly used to create drag or stop bubbles, although they can be accomplished by interdictors as well, as long as they keep deploying their own bubbles. A stop bubble is a warp disruption bubble that stops you short of your destination. And a drag bubble is a warp disruption bubble that pulls you past your destination. Drag bubbles are more common than stop bubbles, but you will see all varieties of bubbles in nullsec. Drag and stop bubbles are typically set up around a destination stargate of a high-traffic system, and capsuleers using these bubbles prey on people who are not paying attention and simply warp to their next stargate without question, similar to what happened to us. To avoid these bubbles, it's crucial to utilize celestial objects, such as planets, moons, or asteroid belts, as midpoints to break the vector a bubble is likely set up on. Once you are at a celestial that is not in line with the entrance and exit stargates, you should be able to warp to the exit stargate relatively safely. As long as your warp path to a destination does not contain a warp bubble, you have a higher likelihood of surviving. Additionally, if you frequently use a certain route, you can set yourself up for success ahead of time by using an interceptor or very fast frigate to burn above or below a stargate. By setting a bookmark at least 150 kilometers above or below the stargate, you very effectively break the vector, can decide to warp to the stargate or double back, and are much less likely to be caught. Ideally, make sure your bookmarks, in this case called pings, are 350 to 400 kilometers above or below the stargate, so you can assess any situation before warping to the gate. Furthermore, being vigilant and aware of your surroundings is paramount. Keep an eye on local chat to see if there are any enemies or neutrals in the local chat window, and stay alert to potential threats. You can also utilize external Capsuleer RAN resources, such as Eve Gate Camp Check, to see if there is a high amount of recent deaths along your route. Remember, in the vast expanse of New Eden, dangers lurk in every corner. But with knowledge and preparation, you can navigate these challenges and emerge victorious. Be sure to like and subscribe to the Slow Community YouTube channel for more simulated content in the future. You can also leave a comment of what simulation you think would be valuable to develop. Farewell, pilot. Fly safe.